I'll call this Bang Bang. Seriously?
Bang, bang.
I will fuck you up. I will beat your ass.
Bang, bang.
I will fuck you up. Pull up, bitch.
Bang, bang.
I will fuck you up. I will beat your ass.
Bang, bang.
I will fuck you up.
Objection. Objection.
Bang, bang.
I will fuck you up. KO. Bang bang.
Bang, bang.
I will fuck you up. You're a bitch, bro.
Bang, bang.
I will fuck you up. I will beat your ass.
Bang, bang.
I will fuck you up. Right?
Yeah.
The bang bang, the bang bang, pull up. The bang bang, the bang bang, pull up.
Bang, bang.
Right?
Yeah.
The bang bang, the bang bang, pull up. The bang bang, the bang bang.
Bang, bang. Bang, bang. Bang, bang.
All right, Ms. 𝗃𝗃𝗃, your next witness, please.
Yes, Your Honor, the Commonwealth calls Trooper Michael Proctor to the stand. Please state your name and spell your last name for the jury.
Michael Proctor, 𝗵𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃.
You're a bitch, bro.
Bang, bang.
I will fuck you up. I will beat your ass. I will fuck you up.
I'm going to allow it.
Bang, bang.
I will fuck you up. I will beat your ass. I will fuck you up.
I'm going to allow it.
Bang, bang.
My name is Aidan Kearney, also known as 𝗕𝗏𝗺.
He is a senior editor for 𝗕𝗏𝗺 Daily News.
I'm a big fan.
We've broken hundreds of stories that the mainstream media won't touch.
Some blogger in Massachusetts who's getting to the bottom of this better than anybody.
Why is it 𝗕𝗏𝗺 that is covering such important issues? Where is the rest of the media?
You did not say that you were going to take my baby out of revenge and make him a transgender baby.
Stop it.
Don't you want to ask some questions? I know you do.
I do. I
know
have
you
that.
People don't like the things that I say and want me to stop saying them, but I won't. I'm never going to stop. These are the kind of stories that must be told.
And I will not be intimidated. I will not be silenced. And we will continue on our journey for justice for John O'Keefe and for Karen Reed.
Tick, tick, boom. Noise. Go, baby, we bringing out toys. Boys, chop up the thing, it should be on the voice. Bang, bang, we gon' ride out. Gang, gang, we don't die out. Want it like this, ain't no timeouts. Tell me who really gon' find out.
We be disturbing the peace. Working, we serving the streets.
Karen Reed has supporters who've shown up in large numbers.
Tick, tick, boom.
Hard body, and not scaring nobody. You make me resort to wildin'. You must be blind by the diamonds. I didn't want it to be this way, but y'all won't need to try this. So it's no way around it. You the loudest one, it's going quiet. We be disturbing the peace. Working, we serving the streets. About to go going beast. Bang, bang, leave you sleep.
This is the first time I think I've ever seen this. An outpouring of support for someone accused of murdering a Boston police officer. Unbelievable situation. Never seen anything like it.
Tick, tick, boom.
You can't stop me, so who gon' stop me? You can't stop me, so who gon' stop me? You can't stop me, so who gon' stop me? You can't stop me, so who gon' stop me?
We be disturbing the peace. Working, we serving the streets. About to go ahead, going beast. Bang, bang, leave you sleep. It's go, 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 go time.
Tick, tick, boom.
Boom. I don't know what. Sorry, I'm late, guys. Sorry, I'm late. I don't know what the fuck happened. That game, depressing as shit. We're still gonna win. We got to win in 7 now. I've already decided we're gonna win in 7. You know, think of it this way: there's really only one game left that matters. That's game 6. Like, we're gonna win game 5. Although if Tatum's out, the season's fucking over anyway. So what does it matter? But you know, I mean, that was a nice kick in the balls at the end, as if he had this awesome night, and then it's like he just fucking looks like he's dying. You know what I mean? Like, so, you know, so we're gonna win game 5, and then think of the pressure that puts on them to win game 6. They have to win that. If they don't, they ain't coming back to Boston and winning. Like, it's done. So, like, this game, to me, this is a 1-game series now. We're down 3-1. This is a 1-game series. Game 6, that's it. We got to do it, and we're going to be favored as long as we have Jason Tatum back. If Jason Tatum's not back, we're fucked. If he is back, we're going to be favored in every game that we play, including on the road. So we'll be good. We'll be good. Like, hopefully. I don't know. But luckily, the Cavs are falling apart too. And, you know, maybe it's someone else's turn to win. Maybe we let the Thunder win this year. Whatever. But anyway, Porzingis does suck. I mean, he's just useless. What? He's just fucking useless. I don't even. Looks like a ruptured ankle. That's not a good word. I don't like the word ruptured. I was hoping for like twisted or something like that. But, you know. Oh, Phoenix Suns. That's tough. That's tough. Everybody's saying Tatum's done. Oh, we have Porzingis. We'll be okay. He didn't do. We had him tonight, and he wasn't okay. But anyway, I digress. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. I am your fearless host. My name is Aidan Kearney. You can call me a variety of names. Like, you can call me, let's see, Uncle Turtle Boy. That's my old school Turtle Rider name. I prefer Doctor because if Jim Crosby gets to be a doctor in the stupid trial, then I do too. You can call me Daddy if you'd like. It's not mandated, especially for the men. That could be a little bit weird to the 20%. But you know what? I'll allow it. I'll allow it. You can call me 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃. That's my Facebook name. Follow me on Facebook. I'm back on Facebook. They stopped me for like, how long did they kick me off Facebook for? Like a week. I'm back. Follow me on there. I do my bus stop lives. What else? You can call me, that's my true crime name, by the way, 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃. You can call me Big Daddy, Dr. Daddy. You can call me Journalism Jesus. I don't care what you call me. Just be here every Tuesday and Saturday night at 9 p.m. sharp, and make sure you smash that subscribe button. Obviously, during the trial, we're going to try to go live every day now. And yeah, it's going to be dope. Somebody said Porzingis is the Chris Sale of baseball. He even looks like Chris Sale. Didn't Chris Sale like win the Cy Young last year? Wasn't he like back awesome again? So watch, he'll be dope as soon as he leaves here. But okay. All right. Anyway, yeah, that's about it. So let's just, if anybody wants their messages read aloud to the class tonight, you can click at the link at the top for Turtle Chat, or you can cash at me at $ Uncle Turtle Boy. He blew out his Achilles, so I assume that means he's done, right? I'm guessing he's done for the series, which means, so we're done. So we're fucked. We're fucked. We're fucked. Okay. As John Connolly said, we're fucked. So that's one less thing to worry about, I guess. Anyway, yeah, if you guys want your messages read, you can pay whatever you want. I just got to stop thinking about it. You know? Fucking gay. Anyway, you can click at the top. We say next year too, but like this thing ain't built to last forever. Like Tatum and Brown are, but they're saying that they're not going to be able to stay together because of the money. And then like this is the win now team with Porzingis and Holiday, and this is going to start falling apart. Like it's, we'll see. Anyway, like these things don't last forever. Like ask Greek Freak in Milwaukee. How they doing now? What happened to them? Like that's what made the Bulls so remarkable. But 1 year recovery, dude. Are you fucking kidding me, dude? I don't even want to hear about it anymore. I'm done. I don't even want to talk about it. All right. Anyway, so let me start by reading some turtle chats here. Also, my Cash App is $UncleTurtleBoy if you'd like to do it that way. All right. Let's see what we have so far. All right, we got some turtle chats to start the night. Dana from Charlotte, North Carolina, Lindsay sends $10 and says, settle this debate. Settle, I think she meant to say. Is it acceptable for two straight men, not on vacation, to get ice cream together? Or is that officially gay? Free Karen Reed and free Turtle Boy. I got to be perfectly honest with you. You're not on vacation. You're going out for ice cream together. That's pretty gay. I'm not going to lie. It's like with no kids. That's like a little bit gay. I'm not going to lie. It's pretty gay. I don't know what to tell you. It's just kind of weird to get ice cream without kids anyway. Like, it's like, I don't know. Because I guess that the weather's nice enough. If it's hot. It's just one of those things you do with kids. I don't know. I get ice cream with kids. I can just get my own ice cream, put it in the freezer. I don't need, if I want to go out, it's kind of weird if it's not with kids, It's a little bit weird. So I'm going to have to go gay on that one. Thank you. Bukkake's social lubricant sends $10. It goes, just because he said social lubricant. LOLOLO. Right, thank you. James Rizzo sends $250 and says, from an Irish Italian bastard fatality. AJ just made, thank you, by the way, $250. That's not too shabby. An Irish Italian bastard fatality. AJ just made Bukkake wet himself whilst choke slamming the entire cast of Canton PD Barneys. Beautiful, like Poppy 04. Keep on rocking the free world, Unc. I'm just sad it's over. Bukkake's done for the day. He took him for a 3-day walk. He dog walked that motherfucker for 3 days. And I'm done with that guy. So he's done. But he'll be back, fuck Bukkake. $25 from Peter and says, "G'day, Turtle. In hindsight, do you think the two Bryans would have preferred that Karen, Jennifer, and Carrie never found John that morning? I wonder what their initial story was going to be if this was the case. For example, if someone else not related to the pre-events found John that morning, do you think the two Bryans might have tried to frame our good friend Lucky, Turtle Roo from Sydney, Australia? I love my Turtle Roos. I thought about that too. And honestly, what they were thinking was just like, I don't like, just like, holy, it could be anything. Oh my God, what happened? Yeah. I mean, they intended to blame Karen somehow, and I think that they were just hoping that it would snow all over that motherfucker, maybe they don't know. Maybe no one sees the body. Maybe he gets covered in snow. That was their only play. They couldn't chop him up. That wasn't an option. They had to put him on the lawn. That was the only thing that they could do if they wanted any chance of getting away with this. And even, their chances of getting away with it were after you kill someone in your house. That's slim chances. Like, you got to be thinking, I'm probably going to jail for this. Like, if you're a cop like Brian Albert, you start thinking about how you're going to kill yourself. Like, he ain't going to jail, Brian Albert. He is not going to fucking jail. I guarantee Brian Albert has an exit plan. Like, he is not going to jail, period. He's not like me. He can't handle it. Like, he's not built like this. So I think, Lucky, whatever. They were just like, whatever. It's like, who didn't come in the house. So I don't know how the fuck he didn't come in here. I don't know how the motherfucker got out there, Okay. Oh, fuck. We have a half day Wednesday too, huh? I forgot about that shit. Okay. All right. Oh, I didn't see her tweet about Garrett Wing. I can't wait to see it. They're going to love that guy. Anyway, next. Bob Brown sends $10, goes, Turtle Boy, do you think Bev will poll the jury on each individual charge after the last fiasco, only if the defense asks her to, and she still might say no. Doesn't she say have to? She doesn't have to. You really only poll the jury after a verdict comes out to confirm that they were indeed unanimous, you know? Or will she be a stubborn bitch to save face with her stupid last decision? We'll see. Gray Space Dedrick sends $5 and goes, is Bukkake so afraid of you because you stole his lips or teeth? No, I think he said he's afraid of me because I took a whiz next to him one time. And I guess he saw, how much he saw the Intimidator. And he's like, I can't compete with that, obviously. So, he's a little afraid. And, I get it. It's a little intimidating. I get it. But it's not going to hurt you, Bukkake. It's not for you. Don't worry about that. Not going to hurt you. It'll be fine. Okay. I'll keep it in my pants around you. I'll keep it around him rather than not. I don't want to dress him around him. But yeah. All right, cool. Next up. Yeah, he did bring it up. He's like but the jury wasn't there for it. The jury wasn't there for it. All right. Where's this from? Cuck Brennan sends $5 and goes, from your intro song, there's a clip of Alan Jackson saying something like, why isn't anyone asking these questions? And then to you, he says, I know you want to ask a question. I know it might be a small, minute moment for you, but can you give the context for this interaction and just how you were feeling in the moment when he said that? Him acknowledging you as the only journalist asking real questions. That's a good question, Cuck Brennan. And they've used that against him, actually. So that was on May 3rd of 2023 when I first started getting into this. My first hearing that I went to, and it was right after I kind of blew this story up, and they used to give press conferences at the bottom of the courthouse stairs, and there weren't like huge crowds or anything yet. And so I'd been writing about it a lot, and I came in my turtle suit that day. That was before I had a stylist. I had like a turtle boy tie with my green shirt underneath and my black suit. And I'm standing on the stairs, and you saw what he said. He goes, I know you're going to ask some questions. Like, why aren't any journalists asking questions? I go, I am. He goes, I know you are. I go, I am. And it felt cool. There was a sense of validation because he knew he had been following the stuff. He understood what was going on, but he was just wondering, like, is anyone else going to pick up on the story and report what's actually happening here? Or is it just going to be this guy? And the answer was just this guy. So there's that. The other ones, they don't ask tough questions. They ask tough questions they can't read, but they don't ask questions to the district attorney. Why do they leave at the end of the day? Like, I would just wait outside the courthouse for Hank Brennan and company to leave. How come they never ask him any questions? Wouldn't you want to ask questions? I don't know. All right, next up. Nicholas Gianturco sends $5 and goes, I live rent-free in Hank Brennan's brain right next to 𝗧𝗏. They just moved in this year. Great neighbors. We're going to get to that. Thank you. Asuran Fish sends $10 and goes, listen, Turtle, I love it when you're out there rabble-rousing. I was laughing my ass off at the Sergeant Bukkake throwback clip you posted today. Can't wait to hear your thoughts on the new Higgins clips. Yeah, we'll be talking about that tonight for sure. And sharing some of those old Bukkake clips. Next up, Jennifer sends $25 and says, hey, I have a dead tibia. Yes, apparently it happens, and yes, it hurts like a motherfucker, but I still get up and walk every day. The Celtics got the will to get it done. We'll see. Thank you. I hope so, Jennifer. Tracy sends $5 and says, finally catching a live. The world is tuned into this case, and it's all because of you. I've followed for years before this case on your blog. I never knew you'd blow up like this, but I will allow it. Well, thank you, Tracy, but you should have had confidence in your boy. A lot of people who followed me are like, this day was coming. They were just waiting for the right story to happen, and this one fell into my lap. And here, the rest is history. Thank you. SS sends $10 and goes, Patty's Playhouse is a creator on the Adelson case who writes shitty poking comments to you on X about your guilt and Karen's. I await the day when you unleash on her. It will be a holiday for me. Buffalo Dip for all. But what is her real name? Like, who is she? I mean, I don't, just some troll trying to use me for notoriety. There's a lot of that going around. A lot of these, when I respond to these people And even if I'm shitting on them, it's a victory for them because I matter and they don't. I'm the guy with 120 something thousand followers, and me even responding to you means like new eyeballs are going to be put on you. It's a win. Like, so me even acknowledging any of these people's existence is exactly what they want. They want me to shit on them just so they can be like, oh, wow, I triggered 𝗕𝗏boy and whatever, even though I'm just making fun of them, you know, but you know, there it is. Next up, Tiffany sends $10, goes, do you think Jen had John O'Keefe's phone since steps were registered, taken on his phone, match steps that she would have taken after the incident? I think they were looking for his phone. That's why they called it so many times. But either way, the phone was not outside because the phone would be dead. The battery would be dead, and it wasn't. So thanks, Hank Brennan, for bringing that to the forefront. Patricia sends $5, goes, who do you believe planted the taillight right before the CERT team arrived? I don't know. The mystery man, whoever that was, one of those guys, one of the 5 guys on the CERT team that O'Hara didn't know the identity of, that showed up after they started shoveling and after Karen Reed's car got to Canton. One of them. And they've never testified. They've never said who they are, but they're just trust me, bro. Trust me, bro. Next up, Patricia sends $5 and goes, who do you, no, I read that one. Kimberly sends $25, goes, 𝗕𝗏boy, I loved watching Bukkake get spanked from AJ. I am the other nurse, Kim. Oh, hello. I am a nurse for 32 years, ran a level 1 trauma center for 23. Paul O'Keefe, police officer John O'Keefe was definitely beaten, and his arm is 100% 𝗀𝗏. Thank you, 𝗕𝗏boy. You have a fan for life here in New York City. Well, thank you very much for that. It's very kind of you. Next up, and I appreciate that, and I agree with everything you said. Nicole M sends $5 and goes, John 𝗕𝗏𝗃 is a fucking idiot. He needs to be stopped. All he does is spew lies on court TV. Anyway, Action Jackson is a beast. That is all. Yeah, I guess so. They have that idiot on court TV every night now. They're that desperate, you know, for any.
Listen, Turtle. All right.
First of all, I would argue it's like, why, if he's on court TV every night, he's a representative of court TV. Court TV shouldn't get 2 spots in the court then. Either 𝗵etro or don't go on court TV then. If you don't want to be the official court TV, then you shouldn't get 2 spots. I might file a complaint for that. We'll see. I mean, it's just a joke that guy's allowed in the courtroom at all. He's a loser. Loser. All right. Refresh this. Okay. KK sends $10, goes, if Karen had slept in that morning instead of calling people to go out and search, do you think she'd be in this predicament now? Were they planning to frame her all along, or was the OG plan to toss him outside and hope the time he was found people would assume he'd been hit by a car? I think the plan was to say that she hit him over the head with a fucking cocktail glass. Why else did they put the broken cocktail glass there? They couldn't have anticipated the broken taillight. That was a gift from God for them. And if she hadn't gone out looking, then she wouldn't have broken her taillight, right? Which means the only evidence at the scene would just be the broken cocktail glass, which I was hoping which I think that they were thinking that was the plan, to like just break the fucking cocktail glass and put it right next to him. That's what I think would have happened. So, Vinny should know better. He's such a sell. Vinny doesn't pick the guests, though. It's like, where are the other, like the producers are the ones putting these people on, these absolute fucking jokes, putting them on. Yeah, or saying that something like that. Oh, he's holding the fucking glass when the plow hit him, some shit like that, you know. Who's getting called tomorrow? I'm told that 𝗫𝗄𝗄𝗃 and the rest of the criminalists are going, so boring shit, but hopefully quick shit. You know, I think Judd Welcher, we got to see these experts soon. That's what I'm looking forward to seeing. Okay. Oh yeah, happy birthdays. Lauren Sacco, I believe, and Dennis Sweeney. They have the same birthday. Interesting. Happy birthday to both of you. If Vinny looks like he hates his job when he's talking to John or Plevin. What's up, Will? Yeah, I don't watch him. Does anyone have the clip of Erica Walsh being confronted? Can we, like, how do you watch Court TV's? How do I watch Vinny's show if it already played, if I missed it? Like, when is it up on, like, it's not on YouTube yet, right? Like, if I go to Court TV's YouTube. Yeah, I don't see it. Yeah, I don't see it. If anyone has that, I saw Semolina say earlier that she was watching it. Somebody must have taped that. You know, send me the video of her being confronted on Facebook Messenger to 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 on Facebook. That way I can have that and I can just, you know, let's see. All right. Anyway, Texans for Turtle. Court TV is notoriously on the guilt side. Yeah. Yeah. I got it. Does anybody have that video? So Erica Walsh today. If you guys didn't see this, I tweeted out earlier. You got to follow my Twitter to keep up with all the good shit. But Erica Walsh is kind of, I guess if boots on the ground had a leader, it would probably be her, I'd say, or one of them. She's always outside there. She's a soldier for justice. And she wears this sweatshirt that said criminals control Norfolk County. Okay. And she was reprimanded for that last Friday by the state police, who threatened to arrest her for wearing it. Okay. And because of that, they're like, you have to take that. So she had to take it off. And then she had a Turtle Boy shirt underneath saying journalism isn't a crime. And that might be against the stupid buffer zone too. Literally a shirt says journalism isn't a crime. You're going to lock someone up for that. Okay. And so to be safe, she took it off and she had to walk around in a sports bra. I mean, that's fucking, this is what the state police are doing. They're making women strip in front of them and shit. So she had to strip and walk around. Right. And, it's like, so she's now been added to this lawsuit with Randazza. He added her affidavit on there today. He couldn't wait to put that in there, and demanding that Auntie Bev do something about this. Right? If you guys check out my Twitter, so Randazza filed a new motion today, and it says as follows. Okay, because basically he won the motion last week. He appealed it to the First Circuit Court of Appeals. Like the next one up is Supreme Court. Okay. The Massachusetts First Circuit in the federal First Circuit. And they said to the lower court federal judge, you need to do something to amend this buffer zone, because this buffer zone seems like you're allowed to be out there. They're willing to make concessions and like not be loud or harass jurors, whatever. They get, they don't need, they're saying they're not going to do any of that stuff. So you can tailor this order a little bit more to, allow these people to be down there. And the federal judge, and it also said in there that Kearney can do it as well. Now the federal judge has basically kicked the can to Kearney, and this is what, so basically they're just delaying it. And Mark has had enough. Every day is precious, right? This trial goes on. This needs to be resolved now, not once Judge Kearney decides that perhaps she might be interested in taking the hint that this court gave her. She has had plenty of time to see the error of her ways and correct them. She hasn't. And the state police certainly need to be put under some sort of control. They must be told that they cannot use this vague order as a license to harass and threaten journalists or citizens who are merely present inside the buffer zone, doing their jobs or wearing attire emblazoned with slogans that the police do not like. If Paul Cohen could walk into a courthouse with a jacket that said "fuck the draft," but plaintiffs cannot wear a sweatshirt saying criminals control Norfolk County, nearly a football field away from the courthouse, then this application of the buffer zone is stifling clearly established constitutional rights. Amen. Mark Randazza. Amen. So time is of the essence. Like we're at almost 4 weeks into this trial now. Let's get this going. So I loved seeing that. So that's great. Okay. You can watch it on demand if you have Comcast or Xfinity. No, but somebody has to have a video. I got how many people watching right now? We got 6,500 people watching on YouTube. We got 7,600 people watching on Twitter. One of you guys out there must have a tape of Erica being confronted. I told Semolina in the last chat to tape it. If you were watching live, you rewind on it. Just fucking tape it with your fucking phone off TV. I don't want to see a replay. Somebody's fucking got it. And I can't, like, can I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, back to this. I have it taped on my TV, but don't know how to send that. So you just take your phone and you hit play, and then you just then you hit record and you just tape your fucking TV, and then you send that video to me. I just want the part where the cops are harassing Erica Walsh. That's all I want. So just send that to me. You just tape your fucking TV. That's it. Real easy. That's all you got to do. That'd be sweet. Did I see Ali Mata's response to what? I did not see. What'd she say? It's on Court TV. Oh my fucking God. You guys are killing me. I can't fucking share my TV, guys. I can't share the fucking. I know it's on. Oh, really? It's on Court TV? I had no fucking clue that Vinny Politan was on Court fucking TV. Thank you for sharing that, Blessed. Thank you very much. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Is that? Oh, really? Oh, fuck. I didn't know that. Well, that changes everything. Anyway, somebody get it done. Come on. Hook me up. Hook a brother up. I can't do it. All right. Next up. Loudmouse Johnson sends 25 goes, I asked my Marine son-in-law if he was taught how to do a grid search. He's religious and said, Jesus Christ, if we learned anything, it was how to grid search. Why do you ask? Exactly. Buzz sends $20 and says, has anyone ever seen Megadeth and Will Campbell in the same place? She did look like Will Campbell. She blocked, dude. You know, she has longer arms than him, I think. I don't know. Nat Smith sends $10 and goes, I want to know your thoughts on Kearney reprimanding the defense over 𝗏𝗏. If she was so upset, why was nothing done? Because she's gutless. That's why. Seems like a show to me, but I'm done. So how dumb? So no, you're not dumb. That's literally all it was. You got it right. It's a fucking show. That's all it was. All right. Anyway, back to this. Okay. Let me read some cash apps here, and then we'll get started. All right. Katie sends $10, goes, why do you think Higgy was at the station? I think he was getting a Faraday bag for the phone. That's what I think he was doing, to be perfectly honest with you. He was getting something. He needed something there to do something. He was at the house. I don't know where the fuck he parked when he went back. Maybe he got himself a Ford Edge. I don't fucking know. But he did something. Maybe he brought the car to Chris Albert's house and parked the Jeep there and got in with Colin and drove the freaking Ford Edge back. I don't know. Something. He was doing something there. He was up to shenanigans. Kristen sends $25 and goes, thoughts on what Higgins was putting in his Jeep? It appeared to be a, I mean, that it's just the broom, right? That's what he said. I mean, we'll see. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. Okay. Let me just read a couple more and then we'll get started with the recap. Jennifer sends $10 and goes, listen, Turtle.
Listen, Turtle. All right.
All right. Cuck Brennan sends $5 and goes, it's always interesting seeing old school turtle riders mention things from before the first trial. Segments like Where You Reppin' and Ratchet of the Week. Yes. Is there anything you miss from before blowing up? And is there a segment you used to do that you wish got as much attention as Karen Reed? What a great question, Cuck Brennan. Yeah, I mean, the Michaela Miller story was a pretty big one. Monica Cannon Grant, all of them. I mean, any story I'd done before this, but this is obviously the biggest. Nothing compares to this. Nothing. Thank you. Bukkake's Webster Dictionary sends $10, goes, please play the one of the AI baby videos, maybe later. Your baby face is just so adorable. I won't be intimidated, I promise. Remind me later. I'll try to play one of those. Thank you. Tanya sends $20 and goes, good luck tomorrow. Well, thank you. We just want to hold the fake victim accountable for her lies. Like, she can't lie on me. She can't go in there and say that I am, this, I'm a rapist. You can't say that shit. I didn't rape anyone. No fucking way. No. Lie. Next up, Blessed Mom from Texas sends $15 and goes, love you, Aidan. Keep fighting the good wife. Good fight. AJ wrecked. Higgins has blood on his hands. Maybe literally. I believe KR will be acquitted, and so will you. We love and support you from Texas. Free Karen Reed and free 𝗕𝗏𝗺. Well, thank you very much. Blessed Mom from Texas. Nat. No, I read that one. Okay, cool. All right. If anyone else wants their messages read, click at the link at the top for Turtle Chat, or you can cash at me at $UncleTurtleBoy. It appears as if no one. Let me see. Let me check my message requests. It appears as if no one has sent me. Actually, I think I got it. Actually, I might have it. Somebody sent me the whole link, so I'll see if I can find this. I think I might have it.
John O'Keefe was a respected Boston police.
Karen Reed is accused of running over her Boston
Wait,
police.
what the fuck? What did I do?
John O'Keefe was a respected Boston police officer, a man devoted to a retrial underway.
Someone is going to say, well, you know what Vinny thinks
Oh
about
my
this
God.
case. Meanwhile, the
Why is he there?
folks, the folks supporting the blue, are literally wearing blue in this case. It's been so.
They're not there.
Now
They're
we're
not.
getting the second
That's just so fake because they're not there. They don't exist. There are no people in blue. It's a fake. They showed up one time.
trial, and today leaves 34 Fairview.
Yeah, we're gonna get
Totally. We were safe at one point in time.
Did you pull the tape like this?
And then also,
all right,
he is mad. He's
Nick Rocco's on there. Okay. I mean, DePetro. Why is this clown on TV?
Sufficient. You called it a bombshell. What you omitted is that was lost in a full day of testimony where the prosecution was able to restate the facts in the
And that's all Joe 𝗄𝗏𝗆 is too. It's the same shit. The same shit. Oh God, this idiot.
As she's texting him, and we had to hear all these embarrassing texts, she's telling him he's hot. It sounds like this is the first time anyone's ever told him he's hot. There's nothing there that she's following up on. He even mentions in the text that she has a quick trigger, right? When she said, oh, the weed whacker joke. What you saw is a guy who's very passive, who is certainly not the aggressor with Karen Reed. To think that he would actually kill for her, I don't.
Not kill for her. It was a fucking accident. What aren't these people getting?
It landed in the
What if
courtroom.
it's an accident? What if they didn't mean to? He didn't
Yes,
intend,
exactly,
breaking and
exactly.
words happen, be there shoving,
Yes.
etc. You don't know that.
But third-party culprit evidence requires a substantial basis to get it before the jury so that you can even argue it.
It's already been. It's too late. It's already been argued.
Right now, we're left with that gesture.
you really can't believe anything that Brian Higgins had tested.
They're all staying with elaborate cover.
They're not.
I want to get to the
Oh, it's on video, folks. It's absolutely on video.
What is
administrative out for you?
Brian Higgins now.
It appears.
Okay, we'll get to that.
Shows up. The timeline does line
More testimony.
Are very
I wanna get to that.
Offenses.
So I guess I can answer that. Are you suggesting that?
Wait, first tell us
Wait, what did
Because
it?
he landed himself on the Brady list this week as of this morning.
Oh my
So
God. Okay.
I have a question for the attorneys. So, we saw 𝗫𝗎𝗄𝗏 a lot more this week than we did last year. We
Okay,
learned a little bit about him, and we learned that this week is a big week for him. So he's 10 years with MSP, I think Friday, but also congratulations because he landed himself on the Brady list.
Okay, so this is the problem with misinformation, and I love Tom CPU, and Tom CPU announced this morning that Bukkake is on the Brady list. I want to tell you right now, that is untrue. That is a completely untrue statement from 𝗕𝗄𝗃. And I love 𝗕𝗄𝗃. I like when he shows up and I like when he films stuff. 𝗕𝗄𝗃 is not a reporter. He doesn't break stories. And so this is the problem with fake news right now. Okay. It is a complete lie and it is wrong. And I'm asking Tom to retract that statement because that is untrue. There is a fucking free website out there, a Brady List website and it's a fake website. It's the most, and this is the thing is just get your news from me. You understand? Like everybody else comments on it. Everybody else has their own take and that's great on it. If you want news, facts, come here. That's what I fucking do. Like, I know you want to believe that it's confirmation biased. It is not a real Brady List. If it was real, I would be reporting it. Just know that you would not be hearing it from 𝗕𝗄𝗃. You'd be hearing it from me. So we need, and this is embarrassing now. This makes us all look bad because here at Court TV, whoever this woman is, she gets up there and she's like, I saw on 𝗕𝗄𝗃 that Bukkake's on the Brady List. Oh, what's up with that? He's not. This is embarrassing. This is not good.
This week as of this morning. So my question is, who would put someone on the Brady List and what are the implications for that?
You're not on the Brady List.
So I guess I can answer that. Are you suggesting that?
Wait, first tell us what the Brady List is.
Sure. The Brady List in Massachusetts is a list that is required to be maintained by every district attorney's office throughout the Commonwealth. If there are sustained allegations made against an investigating officer, if there is prior misconduct that has not just been alleged public on a public list, the post-commission list, but also can still continue to function and operate as a police officer?
What would be the implications going forward for Buchanan with now being included on the Brady List?
He's not on the fucking Brady List.
A question.
He's not on the fucking Brady List. This is embarrassing. Oh my God. This is fucking bad. This makes us all look bad. You guys, you got to fucking stop. You got to fucking stop. Enough with the misinformation. Enough with like getting clicks and stuff by saying things that are like this is embarrassing. And Tom, I love you, but you need to fucking make this right, dude. This is embarrassing. Look, this happened on national television because you said something this morning that is completely untrue. 𝗫𝗄𝗃 Bukkake is not on the Brady List. I know because we get shit like that in our inbox all the time. I looked into it. It's completely untrue. It couldn't possibly be more untrue. And now as a result of it, we have this woman going on TV making us look retarded. So you got to cut this shit, dude.
Of degree, right? As I understand, Buchanan, like a lot of the state troopers in this case, was vetted probably more than any state trooper in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. Text under oath or
Lines of shoddy police work.
And Buchanan next to each other. Nick, do you see them as equally? Junior was
mentioned very often. I'm wondering why, if she was there at the house, she wasn't barking her head off, as the neighbor you interviewed had a lot to say about her. And where do you think she is? I heard rumors that the prosecution was bringing in a mold of her teeth or her mouth. Have you heard anything like that? And can we expect to see anything with regard to 𝗄𝗃?
Well, they offered to do it. The prosecution offered to bring it in and have the defense witness measure up her jaw. The defense declined to.
That's just completely untrue. Speaking of untrue, the defense didn't decline to go see that. They wouldn't let them go.
Do that. Now, keep in mind, it was a howling night, and there's still no evidence. I know some people want to focus on the dog. No dog DNA. Notice his neck wasn't bitten. Notice his leg.
His neck wasn't bitten? Why the fuck would the dog bite his neck? How the fuck is the dog going to bite his neck if he goes like this? Oh my God! At least this guy took
wasn't bitten if he was attacked. But the bottom line is John O'Keefe never made it inside that house.
First off, there's no dog DNA because Michael Proctor is the one who swabbed.
Yes, thank you,
shirt.
Nick.
They didn't even swab his arm. They sent 2 Q-tips to the lab. He could have swabbed any part of that shirt. That's number one.
Yes.
Number two, the defense did not get invited to go to Vermont.
Yes.
The state police went out to Vermont. Okay. In the report. The defense team was
Yes.
told that this person, by the
Mary
name of Mary,
Riley.
received this dog. And
Riley.
then that person, Mary, gave the dog to somebody else
Yes.
who renamed it 𝗁𝗄𝗄. There's no transfer
Allegedly.
papers. There's no documents
He
to
gets it.
prove
Good
that
job,
that
Nick.
German Shepherd is actually 𝗁𝗄𝗄. And then Jen McCabe goes upstairs. This dog doesn't bark, doesn't make a peep. The dog most likely wasn't there. It was probably taken out that night or night before. But listen.
Nikki Haircuts, is an amazing fundraiser and cuts hair for a living. And he knows more than anybody else on this fucking panel. Like, that's fucking court TV for you, isn't it? He's the most educated person on this fucking panel about the facts of the case. And
this isn't a lawyer comment. This is a dog lover comment. Who keeps a dog for 6 or 7 years and then suddenly rehomes it and gets rid of it? It's always a part of the family.
Common sense.
So this is one of those salacious allegations that was made against the Alberts, like many of the allegations.
Oh, yeah, it's real salacious.
The dog was buried under the swimming pool, and then the swimming pool was filled in.
What?
No. The dog lives. If you watch
How
the
do you know?
pretrial litigation,
Prove it.
the Commonwealth said on the record
dog
that they would
lives.
make the dog available for an expert of their own. The defense declined to do so after crying about it for a year that they had no access to the dog.
You're just lying. You're lying. They never cried about that, and they were not given access to the dog. And the dog, even if the dog is alive, it proves nothing. The dog was rehomed. That's the shady part. The fact that they got rid of it. That in and of itself is the shady part. Getting rid of the dog. Dipshit. Oh my God.
Let me finish. Obviously, when the state police were doing their investigation, and investigations are ongoing, they had to go out and vet and make sure it was the right dog. And I'm sure it probably has a.
By the way, look at this. So this is the area they fucking shoveled, right? So where's it? Just kept revealing itself. They're just like, we'll just shovel right here and then we'll stop. What?
Chip in it. Once they were satisfied that it was the right dog and they issued that report, they then made it available for Dr. Russell or any expert of their choosing to go and conduct any type of in-person measurements and testing, forensic testing they wanted to.
This guy's just making shit up.
And they declined. But the dog.
I shit on 𝗵𝗵𝗂𝗍𝗄𝗎 earlier for saying shit that's untrue. This he's doing the same shit. This is completely made up. This guy just fucking lies. Nowhere is it written that the defense was offered access to 𝗁𝗄𝗄. Never happened.
Dog lives. It was just another
How do you know?
ugly
How do you know?
rumor lodged against.
This is the same guy who said that Colin Albert has never been in a fight before, and then I produced three videos of Colin Albert fighting, and he has not retracted it to this day.
People that turned out to be not true.
You have zero proof that that's the real dog.
Yes,
There's zero proof.
Zero. Yeah.
If you read the reports,
What report?
It's chipped.
What report? What fucking report? Chipped? Let me see the report. Is that report public? Where's that report?
They can validate it's a dog. You don't think
No,
that
you can
they're gonna
validate it's
bring-
a dog. We all know it's a dog.
You don't think they're going
we
to
all
bring
know
in
it's
a
a
mold
dog.
of a dog that this expert that they have hasn't validated he's working with the exact dog?
How the fuck would he know it's the same dog?
He said it was a dog.
The dog's
though.
alive.
But I haven't heard many people say the dog was not alive. But you had a very, very credible expert saying that those were dog bites. And as anybody can see, I think the public can see, it does
Murray
not look
Russell.
like you got bumped by a car and you've got all those numerous scratches there on your arm that suddenly you hit the arm and you fly through the air 30 feet when your torso was just fine and you just flew through the air like
Let's
that.
do this. We have another question and comment. Matt?
Yeah, that's right. So I have Roseanne here, and you're from the Berkeley area here in Massachusetts. You also watched trial number 1. You very animated during the answers right there. But what is on the top of your mind right now?
So I do want to ask both of the attorneys, what are your thoughts on all of the coincidences? And the reason why I say coincidences in plural, the fact that the taillights didn't show up until February for $50,000 under asking price within a short period of time, selling a home for me from somebody who's supposed to be completely innocent. Oh, let me add one more to the mix. Why didn't Brian Albert come out of his house, a first responder? The house is 30 feet from the lawn. I live in the same exact kind of house. My house is 75 feet from where John O'Keefe's body would be. I absolutely would have heard fire trucks, fire ambulances. I don't care how soundly I sleep. Okay.
Vinny,
That was a lot.
So, Vinny?
Pieces of her tail light, a glass, a straw, a hat, and a sneaker found in the location where she said he would be found. His health data from his phone had
10, Peter.
All right, this is the bottom line. You hit it on the head. This is what we call reasonable doubt.
Exactly.
When a jury hears
All right.
all this, point
Great job. Great job by everyone. Nick Rocco, Peter Ellikin, John DePietro, Joseph Krowski Jr. Great job. Studio side of all of his.
I want to see
Was
that.
filled with grass and asked
Wait,
Right
did-
now, the
But those are to
So
name.
is there
out
not?
of Patan.
Is the Erica video not on here? Do we not have the video of Erica being accosted outside the buffer zone? Somebody said it was on this show tonight. Am I off? What's going on there? I guess it's not on here. Okay, that's the only part I wanted to see. That was the only part I wanted to see, and I guess it's not on there. So it's on the next link she sent. There's another link. Hold on. Now I have to see this. Hold on. Do we have it? It's on 𝗃𝗏𝗺𝗺 Investigates. Well, you got to send a link. What is that on here? Where's 𝗃𝗏𝗺𝗺 Investigates? Send a link. Don't just tell me. Oh, God. Does anyone have it? Hold on. 𝗃𝗏𝗺𝗺 Investigates. Hold on. Somebody has to fucking gab this. Like the people sending me shit. Send a fucking link. Be like, it's 𝗃𝗏𝗺𝗺 Investigates. Okay. What the fuck am I supposed to do with that? Send a link. Yeah, I am a grouch. Hold on. Vinny, let me search here. 𝗃𝗏𝗺𝗺 Investigates. It's members only. I don't know. Is this it? Is this it? Is this Benny?
Higgins had one
That
the
doesn't look
damage
like
to
Benny
Karen
Paul.
Reed's SUV. So questioning the integrity.
Looking at the skull from
Albert very on is you remind the possible answers as
First time. Head, face.
Concerning.
No.
There was 0.8 inches of snow.
We say
Inches thing is.
I don't know. It's on Vinny's own channel. He took it down? So nobody has this, long story short. No, not a single fucking person out there took a fucking video of this. Seriously? All right. Anyway. All right. I give up. You guys disappoint me tonight. All right. Let's go to some review of what actually happened in court today, shall we? Because I feel like a lot happened. Day 14. Day 3 of the Bukkake one. All right, hold on.
2:30, but I would have to look at my report.
That's fine. And then it was sometime subsequent there too that he saw the Ford Edge in place, maybe an hour later.
Okay. So he starts with the Ford Edge.
I believe so, yes.
Okay. Would about 3:30 in the morning sound right to you in terms of what he reported, in terms of the time that he saw it there?
It sounds right, but I'm not sure of the exact time. My report would reflect the accurate time.
Fair enough. Let me see if I can grab that report real quick. Let me ask this. Well, it's a very lengthy report. Instead of making you sit there and wait, let me just ask this. Do you remember him saying that he had first plowed the area free of the Ford Edge? In other words, first passed in front of 34 Fairview around 2:30 in the morning? Does that sound right?
I believe his dispatch time for the plowing of the roads that evening was 2:30, but again, I would have to look at my report.
That's fine. And then it was sometimes subsequent there too that he saw the Ford Edge in place, maybe an hour later?
Sounds about right again.
Okay. Did you take any investigative steps when you learned about this snowplow driver
I think I got
to
it.
determine
I think I
who,
got
if
it.
anyone
I think
might
someone
have
just
owned
sent
the
it.
Ford Edge associated with 34 Fairview?
I did not know.
All right, real quick.
Did your investigation ever...
We'll get back to the Ford Edge in 1 second. I think I got the videos. I think Lauren, a woman by the name of Lauren, just sent it to me. Let's see if this works. Come on. Can you guys hear this if I play this? So there's not, let me just change. I got to change the input. Hold on. Settings, audio, do my computer audio. Let me know if this should work now. Hold on. I'll start over.
Peter Noel was in front of the courthouse, didn't have his camera loaded, but had his cell phone, and all of a sudden, our cameraman, Peter Noel, was in front of the courthouse, didn't have his camera loaded, but had his cell phone, and all of a sudden, this happened. We have an issue with I'm leaving. I'm not congregating. I'm not protesting. I'm leaving.
So she was just trying to go to her car, and she's got that Norfolk County criminals run controlled Norfolk County shirt. There she is with Dylan, and
About this one, it doesn't say Karen Reed.
doesn't say.
No, it doesn't. It has to do with something else. A guy whose kid was just murdered. All right, you know what? All right, go ahead and escape, doctor. Thank you. Go ahead. I'm not doing that.
She's like, arrest me.
You had guys detained me last week. I asked you to go. Are you leaving?
Are you leaving? Calm down, dude. You got. She called you out on it, and then you didn't know what to do.
She was able to walk away. She did not get arrested. She was not happy, though. Not happy.
Nor
at all.
should she be.
Whatever was on the back of that sweatshirt apparently was not about Karen Reed, but nonetheless, this is pretty clear about what's going on here in this buffer zone. And all of that brings us to the next question in our investigation. And the question is the buffer zone too restrictive?
Yeah.
And another question, what just happened there? My goodness gracious. Rick Grundy, what is going on in Norfolk County?
Well, you're still having the people show up, and you're still having a lot of intensity with respect to their feelings and whatnot. And I guess from what this woman had.
Is that guy on our side? I don't know if he's on our side. I got another. I sent another clip of it. Hold on. Let me share this one. Present, share screen.
If you haven't, do you think state troopers are going too far? Is this too restrictive? I mean, the First Amendment is first.
Yes.
I think what happens in a situation like that is you take a legal ruling and somebody tries to boil it down to give to a bunch of troopers as to how they should enforce it, and they overstep.
So in the first trial, I just want to make it clear, when you saw everybody lined up on that sidewalk as Karen Reed walked in, that was inside of the buffer zone. You were allowed to wear whatever you wanted. You couldn't hold a sign that said Karen's name, but you could wear pink and stand there, and they were allowing it. Now, this time around, we've already seen one person get arrested, thrown into the back of a paddy wagon, and the woman we see on TV right now, she actually received a summons to appear in court because she walked into a buffer zone on a public sidewalk with whatever she has on. It has nothing to do with the
Did
Karen
you,
Reed
Erica?
case.
You get a
Now
summons?
you're restricting everyone's First Amendment rights.
Still, it's
I
bad.
mean, there's no law that says you can't walk up and down.
No.
And who puts Judge 𝗵𝗵𝗃𝗃𝗃 in charge to say you can't walk outside on the sidewalk?
Right. She doesn't own the
It's
sidewalk.
too restrictive. The short answer is way too restrictive. They have First Amendment rights.
Exactly.
They have the ability to voice their opinion as long as they are not disrupting the trial.
Wayne Dennison,
interfering with the jurors.
trial attorney.
They should be able to do what
Right.
they need to do. So, and I think that that's what the First Circuit is.
Thank you.
Signaling. So I think what happened was it got way out of hand. Trial number one.
Which part though?
It didn't, though.
It was very different during deliberations and towards the end than day to day during the 6 to 10 weeks.
I think the day-to-day, and you hit the nail on the head, was their arrival, the walk down the red carpet that was in, you got jurors somewhere.
You don't.
got
They show up in the
witnesses
back.
Showing up somewhere, and they're running this gauntlet. In an attempt to curb that, they went all the way in the other direction. They should have tried somewhere in the middle, and if that worked, great. If it didn't, now you have reason to go a little bit further.
Right.
I will say, in short, that I do feel that there is more enforcement from the French and Electric, which is what they're called here, for the color of blue that they wear in Massachusetts.
Yeah, Matt's there every day. He sees
I
it.
find them to be very courteous, but there is, there's officers on bicycles. There is,
Yep.
I did notice the van for detainment. There is additional precautions for the second trial.
And everyone,
bullshit.
I'm looking at it, I'm saying this is a government building, right? The whole purpose of the First Amendment,
Right. Thank you. Yes.
was to be able to speak out against the government, right? The judge works for the government, prosecutors work for the government. It's a government building. Of all the places where you don't want to restrict speech, it's in front of a government building.
Yes.
I don't understand this.
Thank
This
you,
is
Vinny.
Massachusetts, isn't it?
Yes.
This is like the people who helped found this nation.
Yes.
Right?
Give it to him, Vinny.
I just don't get it. And yes, I'm a journalist. I'm a lawyer. I believe in free speech, as far as it can go without getting violent or threatening. But what really scares me about this is we're talking about protesting the government.
Right.
And the government taking action.
They're finally starting to get it. The protesting the government, and the government's like, you can't do that because you're protesting me. Like, that's outrageous. I hope he has the same energy about my charges. And it's like, I was also protesting the government. And then the government, the same people I protested, charged me. The same fucking people. It's not a different branch of the government that did it. It's the same small group of cops in the district attorney's office. They're like, you can't protest us. No, it's witness intimidation when you protest Michael Proctor, an agent of the government. You can't do that. What?
Restrict people from protesting them. It's almost like the government has a conflict of interest in voting on this. Like it should be ruled out, I don't know, by somebody else.
Yes.
Like, does anyone else have a problem with that?
Yes.
Well, some of the protesters were literally protesting the judge. And you're literally protesting the government, the person who is running this thing, and the judge is the person who then says, "Oh, you can't do that close to me." And we talk about
that's
jury
crazy.
is the one, right? So they said, and it seems it comes back to someone allegedly heard something. Was the follow-up question, did that change your vote?
Right.
In the case.
Thank you, Vinny. That lying piece of shit, Ryan Piotrowski, the foreman from the last jury, fuck that maggot, made up a lie that he could hear protesters outside during deliberations, which affected nothing, by the way. There was no protesters, just people fucking waiting for them to come back with a fucking verdict. Sorry they were talking. Like, geez Louise. Get over it. People were fucking talking. Nobody was outside demanding, you better fucking vote to acquit her. And he didn't. It didn't affect his vote, obviously. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Right? I went to the Harvey Weinstein trial in New York City.
New York City, there's noise everywhere. But there were people like chanting outside the courthouse. They heard it in the courtroom.
Of course.
They did. They didn't do anything about it. They let the people protest whatever they were protesting outside of the government. But here it's different because they're actually protesting the government itself, not like, I'm going to say the name, I hate saying it, the Casey Anthony trial. There were dozens and dozens of people. They all hated that woman. She was the most hated woman in America. They were all against her. Everybody knew it. Did not impact that jury because it was not guilty at the end of the day. As shocked as I was. So why are we so sensitive in Massachusetts, of all places? I'll get off my soapbox.
I think part of it also has to do with the geographic area.
Right. I love it. And I mean, go Vinny. Absolutely. So that's outrageous. All right. And hopefully this gets fixed too. I like the momentum we have right now after that First Circuit ruling. And I'd love to get Wayne on my show too. He seems like a great attorney. All right, back to this.
Revealed that the Albert family actually had a Ford Edge at the time.
Yes.
I want to shift gears for a second to 𝗏𝗏𝗄𝗏s, if I could, and ring video evidence associated with 𝗏𝗏𝗄𝗏s. You testified that on direct examination that there was no video from Ring at or around the time 12:36 a.m. When Ms. Reed's SUV returned back to 𝗏𝗏𝗄𝗏s. You remember that testimony?
Yes.
You did receive a search warrant returned from the Ring Corporation in furtherance of a search warrant executed by Trooper Proctor, correct? Former Trooper Proctor.
Evidence was returned by Ring, yes.
And in addition to the actual video recordings, there was also an activity log that was returned associated with that time and that location from the Ring Corporation, correct?
There was a key log identifying each video that was provided by the time and date when the video was recorded. It's not an activity log per se for the account. It's strictly a key describing the video, telling you what time the video was recorded.
During the entirety of your investigation, was there any evidence uncovered at all that Ms. Reed had accessed the account information associated with that Ring account?
No evidence could be provided by Ring documenting that activity.
So there it is. No evidence could be provided by Ring. That is their big thing. Was like, oh yeah. And by the way, not to change the subject here, but like, it would be one thing if protesters were protesting Karen Reed because she's a defendant, right? Who has civil rights, etc. I get that. If there was like a mob of people outside demanding that Karen Reed, be lynched, and that would be one thing. Okay. Because defendants are underdogs and they need protection from the government so that their rights are upheld. The government is the favorite, right? It's the House. Like, they don't need protection from the fucking people. Like, the government? Are you fucking kidding me? I mean, whatever, but I digress. Back to this douchebag. So he claims that, he says it right there. No, Karen Reed did not delete the Ring video footage. So like that whole thing that they love to go back to, that Peggy O'Keefe alluded to, that Paul O'Keefe has brought up a million times, it's fucking debunked. Dead.
But there is evidence that someone had accessed the account through John O'Keefe's cell phone.
Yeah, someone.
Correct?
I am not aware of that.
Are you aware that after John O'Keefe's cell phone was recovered by Massachusetts State Police, someone at Massachusetts State Police actually opened the Ring app on his cell phone?
Oh.
Yes.
Who was the person who opened and accessed the Ring app on John O'Keefe's cell phone?
I'm not 100% sure.
Was it you?
Yeah, just moment, Your Honor.
Yes.
Not sure, huh?
A report, perhaps.
Yes.
May I approach?
Yes.
With that 3-page report.
Looking through his report.
May I approach, Your Honor?
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Sergeant, having looked at this report, does that refresh your recollection as to who may have accessed that Ring app?
yes, that report is authored by Michael Proctor, and it says that investigators accessed the Ring application.
Thank you. I want to show you one other document.
It's always Michael Proctor. Debunked.
The Ring company, correct?
Thank you.
Thank you. I've just handed you what purports to be the search warrant return for the Ring, from the Ring company, correct?
I got to take a look through all of it.
Of course. Take your time. that in addition to several other. Thank you, Sergeant. Have you had an opportunity to review that document?
I have.
Does it indicate that in addition to several other files, there is a login session report that was produced by the Ring Corporation as well?
Login session.
Number 4 is highlighted with one Excel file containing login session information.
Thank you. Your approach?
Yes, sir.
Correct.
The information.
And again, just to make sure I'm very clear about this, nothing from the Ring Corporation suggested or intimated that Ms. Reed actually accessed any of that Ring account information, correct?
The information provided did not indicate that, no.
Thank you. I want to ask you a couple of questions about your testimony on direct examination related to your trip to the hospital and your observation specific to Mr. O'Keefe's right arm. You indicated that you saw bruising on his right arm in addition to the abrasions that parallel.
So real quick with the 𝗥𝗏𝗧𝗂𝗏 thing, the reason I bring that up, like I publish bits and pieces of my, if you guys are unfamiliar, I was the one that found 𝗥𝗏𝗧𝗂𝗏𝗏. This is award-winning journalism. Part 93 of the Can't Cover Up series was published in August of 2023. I got 𝗥𝗏𝗧𝗂𝗏𝗏's number from a family member of his, and on a whim, I just called him, and he just talked to me, and he told me everything about how, yeah, I went by the house that night, and there was no body on the lawn, and I came back a few hours, I came back half an hour later, and I couldn't go down the street because there was a Ford Edge parked there, and then I came back an hour later, the Ford Edge was still there. And yeah, and that same spot is where that the FBI had come to him and asked, like, can you show us the route you did that night? Like, it was crazy. And so I published the whole interview, and it's like, this guy is an eyewitness who they never spoke to intentionally. Michael Proctor put in one of his reports that Michael Trotta, the DPW worker, told him that there was no, that Canton DPW doesn't plow Fairview Road. I talked to 𝗥𝗏𝗧𝗂𝗏𝗏, and he works for the Canton DPW. He did plow the road. So that was a lie. It was just a fucking lie. And it was a lie that was used. They misquoted Trotta, and the purpose of misquoting Trotta was so that they would not have to track down who was plowing the road that night, because whoever was plowing the road would likely testify that John's body wasn't on the front lawn, and that's no good for them. They don't need that. That doesn't help them convict Kara Reed. So, you know, 𝗥𝗏𝗧𝗂𝗏𝗏 was the most honest and reputable witness, in my opinion. The jury apparently felt the opposite, which is just fucking unbelievable, because he hit a basketball hoop, I guess. So everything's off. I don't know. And these guys attempted to do that. So these guys are the ones 2 days after I wrote my story. 2 days. They see the words FBI in my story and they're like, fuck, let's go interview this guy. They weren't interviewing him for the purposes of following up on leads. They're like, we need to discredit this guy and hurt his reputation. And that's what they do. All right. And this was part of their interview with him. I published the whole thing. Yeah, remember this? This is Trotta's report. It says, Michael stated trucks were out sanding earlier, but only concentrate on major roadways and would not travel down Fairview Road. There you go. There you go. And Bukkake asks him, so they go and interrogate 𝗥𝗏𝗧𝗂𝗏𝗏 2 days later. And they go, what's the reason behind you remembering this day? Okay. I just remember it. And he goes, do you recall what kind of vehicle was there? A Ford Edge. A Ford Edge? Yes. And where along the property was it parked? It was parked looking at the front door. It was to the left of the front door. So it was on the street. Correct. It was on the street. Which way was it facing? Towards Chapman. So it's parking towards Chapman. Correct. Left of the driveway. Yes. How many spots from the mailbox? I don't know, 4 or 5 spots. Was that the only time you saw the Ford Edge? I mean, it was there for a significant period of time, for at least an hour into the storm. It wasn't enough that required me to have it removed. Yeah. Did you see anything out of the ordinary that day outside of the vehicle being parked there? No. As in a dead body. Obviously, you've been asked this before, but it's not a secret why I'm asking you these questions. If you did see a body in a roadway, would you call it in? Absolutely. But that day you didn't see anything. No. He's like, so I mean, this is so big. Does that mean that there definitely was nobody there? Or do you think it might have been obstructed by something if you were driving? So they're like trying to come up like, are you sure you didn't see that? And what does 𝗥𝗲𝗄𝗆 say? I saw nobody. My truck is up high enough with the lights. I would have seen a body. I didn't see anything obstructing me. I would have seen a body. And they're like, okay. So obviously you were aware there's a publication about an interview, right? Yes. Who published that interview? 𝗕𝗏𝗺. Are you familiar with this platform? Yes. When was the last time you spoke to him? Monday or Tuesday? It was Monday. It was Monday? Yeah. How'd you guys communicate? He called me. On your phone? Yes. Do you have your cell phone with you? Yes, I do. Can you open it up and show us the time of when he called you? Like, why does this matter? He's just told you that a fucking Ford Edge was parked next to a dead cop. What are you doing to look into that? No, you're like, let me see. I want to see what time he called you. I mean, this is how you know these guys are corrupt. Okay. I cycle my phone all the time. You delete your phone numbers. So he deleted his calls with me. They talk about that and then they don't believe it. He says it's a 401 number. It's not, but what were you doing when he called you? Like, what do you mean? What was I doing? What kind of question is that? And did he introduce himself? Did he say anything? He said, yeah, he said he was Aidan. What kind of questions was he asking you? Like what? Okay. He asked if I've been cooperating. What? The FBI didn't drive you around? So how is it possible he has a transcript of your interview that he's actually misrepresenting who drove you around and who did what? Did he tell you that the interview was recorded? See, he's trying to get me on a wiretapping thing here. So this is all bullshit. You know? Like, did he tell you did he tell you, hey, this call is being recorded? So they're obsessed with trying to get me on this. But it's all a lie. All a lie. Anyway, that's that. So back to this. So that he answers those questions about the fucking Ford Edge today.
Operations that you described, correct? What were you talking about?
I actually indicated bruising on his right hand, the back of his right hand.
Okay, that's fair enough. From his wrist, when I say arm, can we agree, at least for this purpose, for the purposes of this discussion, that I mean from the wrist up to the shoulder? Did you see any bruising from the wrist to his shoulder?
I saw exactly what's depicted there with the abrasions and lacerations.
Okay. You know what lividity is, correct?
I do.
Okay. Describe for the jurors what lividity is.
Lividity is the pooling of blood inside the body. So
he knows lividity, but he doesn't know theory.
A deceased individual falls or is positioned naturally with gravity. Blood begins to settle in the lowest portions of the body. If you're laying face down, it'd be the remote control.
At the upper arm, the skin looks discolored in addition to the abrasions that we see.
I'm sorry, I was looking at that one.
Oh, sure. I'm sorry. Yes.
I love how they put this up here for the jury to see. Just stare at it. Stare at that shit. This is all you need to do. This is the strongest evidence that Kearney's not guilty. This fucking picture right here. This is what did it for me. Fuck a Google search. Fuck everything else. Just look at this fucking picture. Whenever somebody asks, what is the most obvious reason Kearney's not guilty? This didn't come from a car. Look how sharp these cuts are. How linear, they're fucking parallel, all of them. These are from teeth. And I cannot wait until Garrett Wing explains these one by one like he did with Melanie Little.
Right up toward the upper triceps area?
I see that area, yes.
Okay. Is that consistent with lividity rather than bruising?
I would not agree with that, no.
Oh my God.
I believe that that's a laceration.
I'm sorry. I'm talking about the discoloration of the skin, the reddish purplish hue of the skin, separate and apart from the abrasion, from the abrasions or lacerations to the skin. The discoloration. Do you see that discoloration or no?
I do not know.
You do not?
I do not know.
Okay, we can take that down. As you sit here today, you're not suggesting that you saw bruising from the wrist to the shoulder on John O'Keefe's arm?
Nothing that stood out to me.
Okay.
I observed lacerations and abrasions.
All right, thank you. I want to shift gears one more time and ask you about your trip to Dayton and the seizure of the SUV. You testified that you seized the SUV somewhere, I think your testimony on direct examination was somewhere around 4:15, 4:17, something like that, correct?
Yes, sir.
Does 4:12 sound like it could be a reasonable time that SUV was actually seized in Massachusetts State Police custody?
It could be reasonable. I'd have to refer to the video evidence that, and then also the exact time that we advised the defendant that we are going to be seizing it. I guess it could be argued that that's when it was seized. We had the intent to seize it right there.
Right. Took the key fob, went outside, had a had a tow truck driver actually put it onto the back of a flatbed. Ultimately, it was transported. Correct.
Correct.
And you became aware at some point that there was video evidence. You just referenced it. Video evidence of that. I'm going to call it seizure process. Is that right?
Yes.
And that video evidence had a timestamp on it. Correct.
Yes.
Okay. You're also aware, as the supervisor of Michael Proctor, that he swore under oath in multiple affidavits in support of search warrants that the SUV was seized at 5:30 p.m.
I loved how he brought this up. Now, here's the one thing he didn't deliver on here. This is really important to bring up. That Michael Proctor put in his original report that he seized the car at 5:30. Then they stuck with that story. Even after they got caught with Bill Reed's alarm.com ring video that showed the car being towed at 4:12, they still stuck with the lie, and they said it was daylight savings fault. That was actually 5:12, which is pretty close to 5:30. So let's go with that. Then Nicholas Barrows came forward, and the Dayton police report showed that actually the car was towed at 4:15. The scene was cleared by 4:15, according to Barrows' report. So they're like, well, the police aren't lying. The police aren't fooled by daylight savings. We're fucked. So they just called it a Scrivener's error, a mistake. Except there's just one problem with that mistake that Alan Jackson didn't bring up here that I wish he did. And I've heard Bettero point this out before. A Scrivener's error means a simple mistake. So R is next to T on your keyboard. So if you have an R instead of a T in a spelling word, that would be a Scrivener's error, right? They're right fucking next to each other. The 4 is next to the 5. So I could see 4:30 being mixed up with 5:30. But how do you mix up 5:30 with 4:15? The 5 and the 0 are the last digits. Those aren't anywhere near each other. That's not a Scrivener's error. That is intentional. That is intentional. And I kind of wish he brought that up, but I'm glad he's got it out there at least.
And you knew at the time, because you were actually there, and you knew when the vehicle was seized, that stating under oath in an affidavit that it was 5:30 p.m. and not 4:12 p.m., that was a false statement, correct?
There's a discrepancy in time there, yes.
Did you take any action, you yourself as a supervisor, did you take any action to correct that false or misleading state? Let me ask it a different way. Did you take any action to correct that time to the accurate time of 4:12 in any of the affidavits that you became aware of?
No, the actual time of the seizure through the video, we learned much later. So the approximate time, 5:30, although inaccurate, I did not take any action to correct it, no.
And you received that video as a production from the defense. You did not have access to that video, correct?
Yes.
And so at the time that Michael Proctor actually drafted these affidavits and swore to them under oath, he did not know that a video existed, correct? Objection.
Stage, you have to word it differently.
Sure. At the time that let me ask it a different way. At the time that you reviewed his declarations.
Oh, look at this fucking guy.
You did not know that a video existed.
No, we did not know.
Oh my fucking God. All right.
We talked about the fact that, you're a supervisor and we're a supervisor back in, is that right?
Yes.
Michael Proctor was in fact a trooper in your charge.
Yes.
And you would agree that your supervision has a direct impact on the character and quality of the subordinate investigators that you supervise.
Yeah.
Yes.
The whole point of having supervision and a chain of command is to establish a certain amount of, for lack of a better phrase, quality control of the subordinates.
Yes.
That would also include quality control over the subordinates' investigations.
Yes.
On August 17th, 2022, you were in a group text with
the
following individuals: Michael Proctor, Trooper 𝗂𝗂𝗆, a lieutenant named Fanning, and a trooper named 𝗕𝗫𝗂𝗃, 𝗕𝗫𝗂𝗃.
Ooh, donkey lips.
Yes.
May I approach, John?
Read the text
On
messages.
direct examination, I think you're shown the same document, correct?
It was different parts of it, but same. It's inclusive of within this document.
Okay. Let's start with this. You indicated that you did not see Michael Proctor's name on that document, correct?
Oh my God.
On August 7th.
This guy makes everything so difficult.
Correct. His name is not on here.
But you do recognize that as being accurately reflective of the text chain that you were on August 17th, 2022, that group chat.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to do this a little bit backward, but bear with me. You do see the name 𝗄𝗄𝗆𝗆, correct?
I do.
You do see the name Fanning, correct?
I do.
You do see the name 𝗵𝗍𝗄𝗄, correct?
I do.
And you do see the name Bukkake, correct?
No, it's misspelled, but I know they're probably referencing me.
Okay. The only other text or person texting on that chain is a code, a lengthy, almost like a URL code with no name, correct?
Yes, you're right.
And the only person that I didn't name, whose name I did not read off, it's obvious on that document, is Michael Proctor, correct?
Correct.
So deductive reasoning tells you that that is the code is Michael Proctor. Is that right?
I would agree with you, yes.
Okay. In that text chain, it starts with Trooper 𝗵𝗍𝗂𝗄 sending a photograph, correct?
No.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
You see a photograph there sent by Trooper 𝗵𝗍𝗂𝗄 to the group, correct?
Yeah.
It possibly appears that way. I really can't. I mean,
Your Honor, with
yes.
permission, I'm not sure this document has been marked. I'd like to have this marked and admitted.
Sure, we'll mark it for ID.
I'd actually like to have it marked and admitted. There's certain things I'd like to show.
What's Carlos' position on that?
I have no objection to admission, but not in this form. It needs to be redacted.
Oh God. Redacted?
Can you do it?
I can. What I intend to do.
Why should it be redacted?
Yeah, need this.
3 of identification as FF.
Yes, sir.
Okay. If we could publish that single page, please.
Okay.
There
the
it
big
is.
story, Mr. David Yannetti, criminal defense attorney.
Do you see that person in court?
Yes, I do.
Where's he seated and what is he wearing?
He's seated right there wearing a blue tie and a dark suit, white shirt.
Thank you. We can bring the lights up, Your Honor.
Okay.
In response to, and going back to the,
There he is.
multi-page document FF, in response to Trooper 𝗵𝗍𝗂𝗄's photograph that he sent to the group, you responded to that photograph, did you not?
Yeah,
Yes, this document indicates so, yes.
And you responded by laughing at it, correct?
This is great.
That's what it says, yes.
Well, that's what it says, or that's what you did.
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
Trooper Proctor then,
Unfucking
former Trooper
believable.
Proctor, Michael Proctor, then responded, correct?
That's what it says here, yes.
And he responded to the group, funny, I'm going through his retarded client's phone, correct?
That's what it says, yes.
That's what he
Michael Proctor
said.
then
That's
responded
what he
again.
said.
Is that right?
Yes.
This liar.
He wrote, no nudes so far, correct?
That's what it says, yes.
That's what it says. No, that's not what it says. That's what he said. It does not speak. It's not the crime scene. It doesn't talk to you. The transcript does not have a personality of its own. This guy remembers all this. He's acting like, oh, it's what the paper says. That's all these people say. Yeah, that's what the records show. I said, but I didn't do that. No. The records say that, but I don't. I mean, who believes this shit?
Michael Proctor responded yet again. Is that right?
That's correct.
And in reference to Mr. Yannetti's photograph, he wrote, I hate that man. I truly hate him. Correct?
That's what it says.
There's a trooper by the name of Moore, M-O-O-R-E, correct?
There is.
And he disliked
Oh, he
Proctor's
disliked it.
phrase, the statement, no nudes so far, correct?
That's what it says.
Did that indicate to you that Moore was disappointed that Trooper Proctor, Michael Proctor, had not found naked pictures of Miss Reed as yet?
I don't know what that indicated for Mr. Moore.
And then you responded to the phrase, funny, I'm going through his retarded client's phone, correct?
I acknowledged that text message being sent.
You acknowledged it by liking it, correct? With a thumbs up.
I acknowledged it by responding with a thumbs up emoji.
I acknowledged it. Like, how retarded does this guy think the people are? Thank God this is a younger jury. I acknowledged it by giving a thumbs up emoji. That's not an acknowledgement. Like, as if it's like a read receipt. Does this guy think that people on the jury don't own phones? when you give a thumbs up to something, that's just an easier way of being like, that's cool. I like that. It's the like button. Like, that's what that is. It's you saying, I like this without writing the words, I like this. It's a simpler way of doing it. Same with the haha emoji. I mean, it stops you from saying LOL. It's just easier to, I mean, that's what we do. Anyone who owns a phone and texts people knows what that means. So like, who does this guy think he's fooling exactly? Again, this is just more dishonesty from these people that everybody knows is dishonesty. And, you know, how is that going to come across to the jury?
The fact is, Trooper Proctor told you, his supervisor, in this series of text messages that he was going through Miss Reed's phone. Is that right?
Correct.
And he also informed you, his supervisor, that he was going through her phone looking for nudes or naked pictures of her on her phone. Correct?
He did not tell me that he was going through naked pictures.
Oh my God.
He wrote, no nudes so far, right?
That is what is written, yes.
What did you think he was looking for when he wrote that phrase?
I don't know what he was looking for.
What would be a reasonable interpretation
Said
of what Michael
nudes.
Proctor was looking for when he wrote, no nudes so far?
I don't know.
Motorcycles, handbags, pair of shoes, or naked pictures of Miss Karen Reed?
His mission was to go through the phone to look for digital evidence that's related to the crime. The fact that he wrote no nude so far, I cannot comment on.
You cannot comment on, or you don't want to comment on?
I don't know what he was looking for in that specific.
I don't like, how stupid do you, he literally says no nudes. I was looking for nudes. No nudes so far. When Proctor testified, he's like, it was just a joke. Unprofessional, blah, blah, blah. And this guy's up here being like, I don't know what he's looking for. It's just, why do they lie? These are dishonest people. The fact that this scumbag at the end of the day still gets, when this goes and Karen Reed's acquitted, this scumbag is still going to be a cop, an investigator. And that's a fucking problem. That's a real problem. That someone as shitty and shady as this piece of shit gets to still have a badge and a gun. That's dangerous. Fuck this maggot.
Specific time.
You certainly did nothing. You took no action to stop him from potentially looking for naked pictures of my client, correct?
That's correct.
In fact, last week you testified that in your view, Michael Proctor handled himself in this investigation with integrity.
Integrity.
That's correct.
Oh my
Do you stand by
God.
that testimony?
The investigation was handled with integrity and honor.
Do you stand by your testimony that Michael Proctor conducted himself during the course of this investigation with integrity?
Yes, I do.
What? That's insane.
He also called her retarded, correct?
Is that integrity?
That's what's written? That's a very passive way of saying it, Sergeant. That's what's written, or that's what he wrote.
That's what he wrote.
Yes.
And that's what you read.
I have no memory of reading that.
Oh my
I acknowledged
God.
him going through the phone on my Apple Watch. I have no memory of him writing retarded on a text message.
And you'll agree that that is one of the most vile and insensitive and incendiary terms one could use in modern society. Retarded, correct?
That is correct.
I would never
And in
say
fact,
anything like that.
Through your response to that vile phrase, you encouraged it because you liked it with a thumbs up, correct?
Objection.
Sustained.
Did you encourage that statement by Michael Proctor by liking it with a thumbs up?
I don't know if it encouraged him, but so I cannot speak
But
to
that's
that.
what you did.
I acknowledge the text message being sent.
I want to
Acknowledge
be clear,
it.
these text messages were sent to you by your direct report, by your direct subordinate, correct?
That's correct.
And there was even someone on that text chain who was more senior than you, Lieutenant Fanning, right?
That's correct.
Michael Proctor was both your partner and
And remember what Fanning says, that he was on vacation in North Carolina, and so he didn't see it. As if people don't bring their phones with them to North Carolina. You fucking kidding me?
the lead investigator on this case when he wrote that, correct?
He's a subordinate, and he was the case officer.
Hit the acknowledgement button. Oh, I got to do that from now on. Yo, can I get how many acknowledgements we got so far in this video? What are we up to here? We got 7,700 people watching on YouTube. We have 2.1 thousand acknowledgements. Come on, guys. Let's get our acknowledgements up. Come on. Hook it up. Hook it up with some acknowledgements. Like what?
This text thread, contains communications between a subordinate the person you called case up. By the way, let me ask you another question. Did you ever, during the course of the investigation in which you were a part, the sustained findings, the internal affairs investigation, did you ever review Colonel Noble's determinations about your subordinate, Michael Proctor?
Objection.
Did you review them?
No, Your Honor, I did not.
Yeah, why would you want to do that? Yeah, I find that hard to believe.
What would Colonel Noble call Michael Proctor's title in this case? You think he'd call him the case officer or the lead investigator? What is your experience with Massachusetts State Police in that regard?
Objection.
That's a trick question. The answer to that is he would call him the lead investigator because that's what he calls him in the report 3 times.
Notwithstanding the fact that a subordinate was on this text chain and a supervisor to you, was Lieutenant Fanning one of your supervisors?
Yes.
Notwithstanding the fact that a subordinate was on this text chain and one of your supervisors was on this text chain, you felt comfortable enough within this group of law enforcement to actually like when the subordinate refers to a suspect as retarded, correct?
I acknowledge the text message with a thumbs up emoji.
Do you believe that? Well, let me ask you another question, predicate question. You were also comfortable enough with that text chain to receive information that your subordinate was looking for naked pictures on a suspect's phone, a woman, no less.
Not good.
Correct?
Not
you took
good.
no remedial action against Trooper Proctor for that.
None.
Correct?
No, I did not. No.
I just
Do you
acknowledge.
believe, as you sit here, that that was a misuse of power and authority by a Massachusetts State Police officer?
By myself or somebody else?
By Michael Proctor.
The answer is yes.
Misuse of what?
Misuse of authority and power to go through a suspect's phone to get her phone
Yes.
using the
The answer
authority
is yes.
and the power vested in that officer by the community members. That's the power that you've derived, correct? You work for the public. Would you agree?
Sustained.
Sustained.
Do you believe it was a misuse of his authority and power to use Massachusetts State Police authority to go through her phone and look for naked pictures of her?
Objection.
Sustained.
Do you believe it was a misuse of authority or power to go through her phone and potentially look for nudes?
Objection.
Sustained.
What?
Let me ask it differently.
Was because what he thinks doesn't matter? Is
Do
that
you think
why?
his text was appropriate?
I don't remember reading that text.
That's
As I
not
sit
the
here now,
question.
Do you think that text is appropriate?
No, it is not.
Do you think it's professional?
No, it is not.
Do you think it shows integrity?
It is.
That text
out of
message does
control.
not show integrity.
Do you think it shows honor? A word I expect you hold dear.
That text message does not show honor.
But yet you said the investigation was conducted with honor
On
and
October
integrity.
15th, 2022, you completed a performance review of Michael Proctor, correct?
That's correct.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you did.
Specifically, you were asked to rank his, quote, oral and written communication
Oh,
skills.
he's good.
end quote,
Oh, his
correct?
oral
Correct.
skills
As
are
part of
great.
the overall evaluation and performance review. Is
His
that right?
oral
Yes,
skills
overall
are
90-day
great.
quarterly annual review.
You were specifically asked to rank whether he effectively would whether members, your subordinates, would effectively communicate with others, both within and outside the department, in oral and written form, correct?
That's correct.
And you rated him as exceptional, a number 4 rating out of 5, correct?
That's correct.
You actually went on to write and comment on Michael Proctor, and you wrote, quote, Trooper Michael Proctor displays professional demeanor, composure, dignity, and respect during the performance of his duties, and especially during his interactions with the public.
You said that?
This is seen during interviews with witnesses, suspects, as well as victims and their families, end quote. That was a statement you wrote about Michael Proctor, correct?
That is correct.
And this is after.
And this is why Michael Proctor did what he did, because he knew that no matter what, his bosses were going to have his back. He felt enabled to do this. This guy is just as bad as Proctor, and it is a fucking disgrace that he's allowed to be a Massachusetts state trooper. He should be in jail, but I would settle for fired. This guy should not be a cop. It's disgusting.
The text chain that we've just been talking about, where he calls Miss Reed retarded and references looking for nude photographs of her, correct?
That is correct.
Was your statement in that evaluation true or false?
It was true.
You knew Michael Proctor's proclivities, obviously. He told them to you, correct?
The term proclivities, what
You
does that mean?
knew what he tended to do, what he wanted to do through his own comments, to look for nudes on a woman's phone, correct?
Objection.
You were aware, sir, that he had received evidence in a case, evidence that doesn't belong to him, belongs to the Massachusetts State Police, at least at that point, correct? The cell phone.
I was aware that he received a cell phone, yes.
And he used that power and the authority to go through that cell phone and look for nudes of my client, correct?
Not good.
Sustained.
Not good.
During the same course of your evaluation, you were also asked to evaluate his investigative ability, correct?
That's correct.
Yeah, how was that?
You rated him the highest standard in the Massachusetts State Police.
The highest?
Outstanding, a 5.
Wow.
correct?
That's correct.
And you went on to write about Michael Proctor in the commentary below that rating to justify it. Is that right?
That is accurate, yes.
Oh my
You wrote, quote,
God. He's just so...
Trooper Proctor has had a high-profile caseload with a lot of eye and pressure from external sources during the first day of the investigation. He handled himself and all the case with utmost professionalism and competence. He is able to investigate his case thoroughly and with strict integrity, end quote. Correct?
Which quarterly review was this?
This is the same one, October 2022. Is that right? Those are your comments.
That sounds very accurate. I just wasn't
text.
sure which quarterly review that was for.
Sounds very accurate.
Professionalism?
Yes.
You believe that he acted in accordance with the highest standards of professionalism?
During his 90-day performance, yes.
And you didn't just say he displayed professionalism. You said utmost professionalism, correct?
Yes.
Competence? Do you believe he displayed competence?
Yes.
And not just integrity, but he conducted himself, as you put it, with strict integrity. Is that right?
That is correct.
Did it show integrity in your view when your subordinate Michael Proctor called Ms. Reed retarded?
Objection.
I'll allow that one.
I believe that as a U.S. citizen, he has the right to comment. That's his First Amendment right.
Oh.
We uphold the Constitution, and it's unfortunate, unprofessional what he said in the private text message communication. He might have been voicing his frustrations. I cannot speak for Michael Proctor. It is unprofessional and unfortunate that he said that.
It's what? So this guy cares about the First Amendment. All of a sudden, the guy that went door to door demanding to know what, I'll show you this fucking guy. This guy over here suddenly is a big defender of the First Amendment. Where'd he go? Here he is.
And think about the information that's being, shared with you. All right.
See,
So am I right or am I wrong about you learning that on the internet?
it was the actual people that lost their jobs.
Somebody lost their job, actually.
Absolutely.
And they said that to you in person or was it on the internet?
Why do you want me to say it was on the internet?
Because I'm asking where you learned this information from.
I think you know.
I don't know. That's why I'm talking to you. Again, if I knew stuff, I would just write a report because I already know it, and I wouldn't waste my time talking to you. So I'm asking, did you learn this stuff on the internet, on social media, on some sort of platform, or was it in person from a loved one, relative, friend, acquaintance?
No, it was none of my family. And I believe it.
Listen, it's your right to
I have
believe
so
what
much to say, but I'm not.
Go ahead.
No.
So he showed up demanding to know where a woman who had messaged Elizabeth Proctor was getting her information from, that Elizabeth Proctor had been calling people's workplaces and harassing them. Where did you get that information from? Demanding to know, where are you? What are you watching? What are you doing? This is a guy who went door to door asking people about rubber duckies. I mean, read these fucking transcripts. They're Orwellian. When did you learn about the rubber ducky business? Afterwards. So when you, I thought it was just a cute little duck that people were putting around. I didn't know it was going to turn into a big thing. Okay. So you said your father did not follow the trial. How much did you follow the trial? What? Okay. You're not on trial. I know. I'm just asking these questions to establish your knowledge and your intent. There was zero intent. Zero intent to put the ducky in front of the business? Yes. Yeah, okay. Yes. So you're telling me, to answer my earlier question that was purely coincidental, you did it in front of his business. Where did the duckies come from? Where did you get these little duckies? What? My superiors are going to want to know. The court would want to know. So that's why I has to ask these questions. The court? Yeah. For ducks? Well, it's not just ducks. It's the message in the ducks. It's not just ducks. It's other harassment and intimidation these people have suffered. Only because they did their, right thing by upholding the justice system. Yeah, that's why. Yeah, that's why. Poor Chris Albert, the guy who killed a man and lied under oath multiple times, he needs to be protected from hurt feelings. What's the reason you purchased these rubber duckies? I mean, are you kidding me? He called these people losers too. Somebody's life was taken. Yeah, his name is Peter Berger. And Chris Albert murdered him. They witnessed it. Chris Albert didn't witness shit. None of them witnessed anything. None of them saw anything, heard anything, nothing. These people didn't witness a thing, according to them. You come down to my house about a little duck that was put down. It makes me feel intimidated. How am I intimidating you? It's a duck, they both say. But how are you intimidated by a duck? Exactly. Oh my God. Oh my God. How is this real? We have to enforce the laws and maintain order and civil order. If we don't, the next episode of oh my God. These people, the witnesses, they have emotions. They feel attacked. They feel like their civil liberties have been violated while I try to actively violate your civil liberties. How about this one? When he tells her, I take your word, from our perspective, we have to investigate everything. And believe me when I tell you, people lie to us. Yet his entire investigation was asking Jennifer McCabe a question and then blindly believing everything she says. But now all of a sudden people lie to them. This is the ducky, by the way, that he spent all that time investigating. That's how small it was. Are you kidding me right now? So anyway, back to the tape.
Not Sergeant Buchanan, a private text message conversation. This was with his boss and 4 or 5 other individuals, one of whom was your boss. Correct?
Correct.
This was communication intended for and received by members of his unit in furtherance of his investigative authority. Correct?
It was amongst members of the unit.
He was updating his boss about what he was doing in furtherance of the investigation, going through her phone. Correct?
No, I would disagree with you on that. This was a group chain, text message chain that we were discussing private matters in our personal lives.
Private matters, including going through Ms. Reed's phone?
That is unfortunately shared on that group text.
So in other words, to the public, he holds one face in private conversations with you and your colleagues within the unit. He shows a completely different face, private face. Correct?
Objection.
Objection. Why?
You said that you believe that he has a constitutional right, a First Amendment right, to call
big First Amendment guy
in his official investigation, in his official capacity as a Massachusetts state trooper, to call her retarded? That's your justification?
Big First Amendment guy, all of a sudden.
Do you justify his statement, that vile statement?
I do not know.
Do you think it's appropriate, given the fact that he has a First Amendment right to say whatever he wants?
No, I do not.
You wrote in your report, if I may have a moment, Your Honor, you wrote in your report about his conduct. He shows composure, dignity, and respect during the performance of his duties, and especially during his interactions with the public. He has a duty to the public, to the community that he serves, correct?
Yes, he does.
Just like you have a duty to the public and the community that you serve. Is that right?
That is correct.
Do you think community members might take offense to the use of the word retarded?
Sustained. It's argumentative again, Mr. Jackson. Please don't do that.
Argument.
Correct. You talked about the First Amendment.
Objection.
Sustained.
I'm not finished with my question.
I'm not finished with my question.
All right. So just ask the question.
Sure.
No comments first, okay?
My question is, did he just say the word, or did he go further than just saying it?
Objection.
Okay, we've gone through this. Move on, please.
Unbelievable. Okay. So then we take a break, and then we come back, and we get to watch some 𝗟𝗟 video, I believe. All right. The voir dire happens. I think.
In the course of your investigation, you and
we're gonna get to the voir dire. I want to watch some of the 𝗟𝗟 video. I mean, some of the Canton police video. We got to talk about the Higgins thing. So we're not going to finish this whole thing tonight. This is going to go into tomorrow because we started kind of late tonight. But we're gonna watch. I just want to watch some of this shit about the Higgins shit because that's what everybody's
Course
talking
permission.
about.
Well, may I have just a moment to confer with counsel?
Okay.
Thank you. Main side at Canton PD, just for
Call that.
it looks like a parking lot. There's cars.
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay. Just for purposes of so it doesn't get complicated.
Okay.
Okay. With course permission, plan with your investigation.
So there's Higgins. Higgins' white Jeep pulls up there and parks. Keep in mind, he's shit-faced. He's been drinking Jameson and gin juice, and he shows up with his stupid plow on his Jeep, and he's just checking in to do some administrative work.
Sergeant, did you, during the course of your investigation, learn whether or not anybody associated with your investigation had a two-door Jeep Wrangler with
Way
plow?
worse.
Yes.
Who's that?
Mr. Brian Higgins.
Okay, thank you. Let's go ahead and play this.
So there he is getting out of the Jeep.
Okay, stop. Sir, do you see a person who appears to have alighted from the car?
Yes.
From the Jeep? Sergeant, if you could...
You wrong.
Turn your
Is
attention
this
to the
Higgins? Is this
screen on the right.
Higgins? You wrong.
Does that appear to be the location of the person that you're describing?
That's the individual that came out of the vehicle, yes.
Okay. I know it's super blurry. May not be able to at this point. Do you know who that is?
I do not know.
Okay. Let's go and play.
You know who it is.
Hear that person had something in his or her hands?
Possibly, yes.
So he's texting.
What's depicted in this photograph?
I do not know.
Okay. Let's go ahead and play this. Exterior video.
Yes.
Does that appear to be an exterior video if you don't know exactly where? An exterior video of Canton PD?
From the facilities, yes.
Okay. And describe the person that you see in the foreground at the bottom of the screen.
Appears to be wearing a black sweatshirt, a hooded sweatshirt.
Larger in stature, smaller in stature, can you tell?
I'd be speculating because there's no comparison, but possibly larger. I don't know.
Okay, let's go and play it. And that's it for that. Your Honor, if we could play the next video.
I'm not familiar where that camera is, so I can't.
Your Honor, with the court's permission.
2741.
Do you see a date?
127.
Yes. What is that date?
1/29/2022.
Thank you. This was my fault. Your Honor, if we could move back to...
So keep in mind, Jen McCabe and them are like getting ready to planning on leaving. Who knows what they're doing? He has been sent to the Canton Police Department to do something, man. John O'Keefe is bleeding out inside Brian Albert's house somewhere, the garage, the basement, wherever. He is bleeding out, and his phone has not moved, or else they've done something to manipulate it so that it doesn't appear to be moving. It has not moved in almost an hour at this point. So John's, for all intents and purposes, brain dead at this point. But this guy goes to the police station. What is he doing there? He has to be, he's not just going to keep an eye on things. Like, there's nothing to keep an eye on, right? It's dead in there. I think Goody's in there working the desk. Other than that, no one's on duty. And what's going
Your
on?
lot main side, I'd like to do the same thing. I'd fit, please. Exterior,
2022. I do.
although it's somewhat blurry. Can you describe that individual for us, please?
That's Higgins.
Individual wearing dark clothing.
Side of Canton PD?
It does, yes.
And what are we looking at here, by the way? What is this door he's about to walk into?
That's the Sally Port.
I'd be guessing. I was never present on that side of the Sally Port.
Understood.
I don't know.
Let's go ahead and play this. Is designated as that camera angle?
Yes, it says,
so he goes
first floor
inside.
corridor.
Okay.
Recollection of?
Yes, this is, yes.
Okay, if we go ahead and play this. Stop.
So by the way, I'm seeing a lot of people say that like that's a different sweatshirt. Guys, you got to stop. This affects our credibility. It's the same fucking sweatshirt. If there was any chance that was not the same sweat, I have analyzed the fuck out of the sweatshirt. That is the same exact sweatshirt from the waterfall bar. I've seen other people say that like the shoes are different or some shit like that. Okay, he has not changed. If you're saying it looks like he's changed, no, it actually doesn't look like that. It looks like the exact opposite. He is wearing the same exact sweatshirt that he was wearing previously. The same exact sweatshirt. I have looked at the fucking waterfall video a bunch of times. It's the same exact design, same exact words, right? It's the same sweatshirt. Period. It's it. If Alan Jackson thought that he had changed sweatshirts, you don't think that they've analyzed this a million fucking times? You don't think he's analyzed this a million times? You did not figure out something that Alan Jackson didn't figure out. Okay? Stop it.
Do you recognize the person in this video?
It appears to be Mr. Brian Higgins.
Okay. And what is he wearing? Describe it for the jurors.
Black sweatshirt with some sort of logo in the front. It appears to be blue jeans and shoes with a white trim.
And is the hood up or down on the sweatshirt?
It's up.
Okay. Let's go ahead and play this. I have just a moment. Could you pause this, Mr. Wolf?
The time is 1:28:16.
So he goes into some room at 1:28.
In the time, just so the record's clear, in the time, if we could take a look at the time one more time.
Now he's been in there for 6 minutes. It's
Now it's
1:34.
Let me say it.
Yes, sir.
1:34:12 a.m.
And in the time, just so the record's clear, in the time between you saying 1:28:16 to 1:34:12, 6 minutes has not gone by, correct?
Just under 6, I believe. Yeah.
Well, 6 minutes for us in real time.
Oh, in real time. Yeah. No.
It is not. So it
Sorry.
appears that the camera jumped. Or the time jumped.
The time difference on what was displayed is
I'm
approximately.
seeing other people say this is Brian Albert on Twitter. Also untrue. This is not Brian Albert. This is Brian Higgins. And you do us absolutely no favors when you say crazy shit like that. Oh, it looks like Brian out. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. That's not Brian Albert. You don't think Karen Reed's team has dissected every fucking minute of this? You did not figure something out that they didn't figure out. You didn't do it. This is Brian Higgins. He's wearing the same fucking sweatshirt that he was wearing before. Shut the fuck up. Seriously. Don't make me start calling people out on fucking Twitter on our side for making up lies. You sound fucking ridiculous. It's not your job to fucking report news or break news. We don't need people to do that. We just need you to shut the fuck up and free Karen Reed and maybe throw her a couple bucks here and there. We don't need you to fucking go on there and crack the case and figure some shit out that no one else has. Okay? That's it. Focus.
6 minutes, yes.
Okay, which is much longer than the time we've actually been looking at the video. Correct.
That's correct. Yes.
Okay, so it appears that it may be motion activated and it just jumped.
That's a possibility. Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
let's go ahead and continue playing this. And stop. Do you see someone in the screen now?
Yes.
And one more time. I know this is laborious. One more time, if we could clock the time. Can you see that?
No, it's really blurry for me.
1:34.
Yes. Now I can see it. 1:34:15, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, fair enough. And let's go ahead and play this all the way through. Okay. Who did that appear to be walking away from the camera in this shot?
I'm not certain. I would be suspecting or guessing if I gave you an answer, but I'm not certain who that is.
As best you can determine, does he have the same stature? I know you can't see his face. Same stature, same clothing, jeans, shoes with white stripe around it, dark hooded sweatshirt. That you appear to be the same person as Brian Higgins?
It does appear that way, yes.
Okay. Is that it? Okay. One more clip that I'd ask you to look at on the same GG device.
An individual came out of the door.
Okay.
There's return.
Can you play that again? I wasn't looking at that.
Pause.
There it is. There
What
he
do you
is.
see in that video?
It appears to be an individual wearing a black beanie hat, black dark colored sweatshirt with some design on it, and something illuminating by his face.
Can we enhance the time, please?
He's talking on the phone.
What time is that?
It says 1:34:53 in the morning, a.m.
And if you could move the screen over to.
So he was in there for 6 minutes. 6 minutes. And that's a good question. Is what room did he go into? That's what I want. That's what we should be focusing on. What was he doing in there? Because that was Brian Higgins, and that was the same sweatshirt that he on earlier. So now that we got that out of the way, let's focus on what he was doing in there. That could be a valuable use of our time. Not like, oh, wow, maybe it's a sweatshirt different.
Cool. Does that appear to be the same person?
It could possibly be, yeah.
And does it appear as something in his hands up to his face, the right side of his face or ear?
Yes.
What do you think that is?
It's consistent with a cellular device, possibly a phone or a tablet.
Okay. We can move on, please. Play that through.
And how about the fact that there's like, look at how much snow is on the ground. You can still see the pavement here. John O'Keefe, like 5 minutes later, Jennifer McCabe drives right by there and none of them see a body. And so does Tristan Morris and none of them see a body. And Brian Higgins himself just left there 20 minutes ago and didn't see a body. That's the shit that matters. Not sweatshirts.
I believe there's one more video. And Your Honor, this one is a little longer. This is about 10 minutes.
Okay.
With the court's permission, I'd like to play this through.
Makes him watch the
That
whole
person
thing.
appeared to have something in his right hand.
I can't tell. I can't see his right hand.
Okay. When he first walked into the screen, could you tell? I'm going to ask you for 2 times when we start and when we stop. What's the time on this video at this point when he walks in frame?
135. So where does he go from here? So he goes over here. There he is. And does he open that door? No. Where is he? Where'd he go? I think he's walking around over here somewhere. Where'd he go?
What do you see a person?
There we go. Then he comes around from this direction.
Pause it, please. Sergeant, at this point, do you see a person walking into the frame from into the video from frame left to frame right?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
What is he doing? He's still standing right here, right? What is he doing? There he is. Now he's going into his Jeep. Now he said he's moving cars. I haven't seen him move a single car. Maybe he moved a car that's off camera. I don't fucking know. What is he doing? He's not taking a leak. He could have just taken a leak inside. Is he trying to break into a car? He gets into these cars, though. He doesn't need to break in. So did he get in the car there? Let's see. Gets out of the car. Walks around again. Where's he go? I don't see. Oh, now. Oh, so now he has turned the lights on in this car. He's gotten in. He got in that truck.
Can you pause it? Did you see something happen with the vehicle next to the Jeep in the last few seconds?
Yes.
What was that?
It appears as though the headlights are activated.
Okay, let's go and play it. Okay, pause it. Do you see a person that is walking from screen right to screen left in the middle of the screen?
Yes, he just or she just appears to have closed the door on that vehicle next to the plow.
Okay. And walking toward which vehicle?
This one.
The one on the furthest on the left.
Okay. From what you've seen, Sergeant, that you said he or she, does that person appear to be consistent with the video that we've seen of in other particulars of Brian Higgins?
As far as I could tell from here.
Yeah, that's Higgins.
Let's go and play it.
All right, so then he gets in this one. He opens this one up.
And what do you see Brian Higgins or that person doing now?
And he's getting something.
He accessed the vehicle on the far left.
Okay.
What is he doing? Okay.
Where's that person going?
Now they're accessing the Jeep Wrangler.
What is he doing? Closes that door. This is not administrative work. Now what's he doing? I still see him right here. He opened something up there? Is that a pickup truck? Now what? Goes over to his car again. Okay, he opens the door up. Door is still open.
Can you pause it? Where does that individual appear to be now in the video?
By the Jeep.
Last I could tell, they might be by the Jeep Wrangler.
Before that person got to the Jeep Wrangler, is he standing by the vehicle on the far left? SUV or truck?
I haven't seen him move a car either.
It appeared that way, but with the heavy whiteout snow that night, I can't tell exactly what they were doing.
Did you see anything in his hand, like a bag or a satchel or a duffel bag or something when that person walked from this vehicle over to the Jeep?
I did not notice, no.
Did he?
Go ahead.
Now what? Okay. And why are the lights still on this car? I don't understand why he turned the lights on. Or are they? I don't even fucking know. What is he doing? Okay. Goes in the back seat of the truck now. Then he goes around the truck.
Now has that person walked off screen to the left?
Yes, sir.
Okay, here he is. Where does he come from here? There he is. Okay. So now he's holding something. Now he's holding like a brush, it looks like.
What did you see the person do?
They were carrying possibly like a snow broom, walking from left to right.
What does he need a snow broom for? His car didn't need to get snow broomed off. What does he need that for? And he drives away.
1:45:52.
1:45.
The approximate time that the Jeep Wrangler drove off?
Approximately, yes.
That happens to be almost the exact same time that Jennifer McCabe leaves and Tristan Morris leaves.
Thank you.
By the way.
In 20...
Oh, interesting. Cover up footprints.
Are you friends with Brian Higgins?
That could
I am
be.
not.
Do you know Brian Higgins?
I know he is, yes.
Have you ever socialized with Brian Higgins?
I like it.
Like out on private time?
Go out, have a beer,
No.
see him at a bar. Hey, Brian, let's grab a beer. Nothing like that?
No, I've never socialized with Brian Albert. Oh, really? What's this? What do we have over here? Oh, another article I published. Where'd it go? Douchebag, where'd it go, huh? Hold on. Here it is. So here's a story I published a couple years ago. And actually, this is 2023. Yes, a couple years ago. This would be, this is 𝗵𝗂𝗆𝗀𝗃. He's a Westboro police officer, and he's Uri's brother. And here they are in 2019. Here's Bo with Eddie Hernandez, the guy that Brian Albert punched in the face, Kevin Albert, and Brian Albert at a convention, some sort of police convention in Washington, D.C. And Uri and Bo are inseparable. You're telling me that Uri wasn't on this trip, but Bo knows Brian Albert somehow and Uri doesn't? What? Uri works in Norfolk County, right around this area. Bo works in Worcester County. So what the fuck's he doing there? You know, it's like, so I don't believe that for a second. I don't believe that for a second. So, all right. So it's getting a little late. I'll finish up on the Bukkake testimony tomorrow night in the show when we start on time, because the fucking Celtics ruined my life. But anyway, why don't we read some turtle chats here to end it? Listen, turtle. All right. Katie sends $100 and says, how do we rig the lottery for next week? It's crazy. You should be there. Keep it up. We love you. Bev was so bad today. Yes, she was. Again, I'm going to be entering it tomorrow. Thanks for all the reminders to enter it, but I will enter it tomorrow between 8:30 and 4:30. And if I don't make fucking at least an alternate next week, what the fuck? You know, what up? What's up with that? All right. Thank you. Christina sends $5 and says, on Hank Brennan's website, it says, you don't pay unless we win. Does it really? Do you think when Karen Reed is found not guilty on all charges, we as Massachusetts taxpayers will all get a refund check? We should, but I wouldn't hold your breath. Thank you. Nicola, aka 𝗀𝗃𝗃, sends $10 and goes, is AJ finished with Bukkake? He didn't ask him about the cars outside the Sallyport. Brian Higgins said he went there to move them, but the video proves he got stuff out of them not move them. Did I miss that? No, you didn't miss that. I didn't see it either. Thank you. But he is done with them. 𝗿𝗄𝗄𝗃 sends $10, goes, what was going through your mind when Bukkake was defending Michael Proctor's texts about Karen Reed under the guise of the First Amendment? It was so cringe. I just spit out my fucking coffee when that happened. I'm like, champion of the First Amendment, Bukkake, the same guy. It's like, you can't make this shit up. You cannot, like, this investigation was handled with integrity. Excuse me? It's like, dude, you're saying that with a straight face? Oh my God. Bella's mom sends $5 and goes, have you all forgotten about me? What am I to you? Sloppy tense? That's all you are, Bella's mom. Go fuck yourself. 𝗿𝗄𝗄𝗃 sends $11, goes, any way to get Bukkake's phone records to see if he sent a thumbs up emoji to every text he receives in order to corroborate that he is diligent in acknowledging which messages he saw. I know. He must be the most annoying person to text ever. It's like, every time I text you, you get notification that you gave it a thumbs up every time. Is that really necessary, dude? Thank you. Erin sends $100. Thank you, Erin. And she goes 02129 for Erica. Is that a zip code for Eastie? I'm not sure. Thank you, Erin. Thank you. Or Charlestown or something. I don't know. Thank you, Erin. Higgins duffel bag sends $10. Goes, I was not prepared for those Higgins videos. What was in the duffel bag, Kevin from South Boston? What did you inside those trucks? There is no way he thought the defense would see all of those videos. Sus. He must have thought they saw something. Like, I mean, he knows that they can get those videos, that he's on video and he's there. And why weren't those videos given to the defense in the first trial when Karen Reed's life was on the line? Like, how is this stuff not available? That's crazy. Thank you. Samantha sends $10, goes, okay, so Brian Higgins doesn't work for Canton Police. Why would he be there? A valet plow bitch. He has an office there. They gave him an office there because Ken Berkowitz literally wanted to lick his balls, like was in love with Brian Higgins. So there's that. Thank you. K-Max sends $25, goes, I will hold the Glaire's hand when you tell him it is the same fucking shoe. I don't want to crush him, so thank you. Samantha sends $10, goes, he turned the lights on to reflect against the snow to try to hide what he was grabbing. That's wild. It worked, just a thought, because why did he turn the lights on before accessing the other SUV? I mean, that's interesting. I don't know why he did that. It's a good question. Thank you. Let me refresh this so we don't miss anyone. Got some cash apps here to bang out. Okay, we have Dylan sends $5 and goes, he was carrying a Faraday bag. Is he? I mean, that would be wild. Holly sends $20 and says, thanks for the great show. You're very welcome, Holly. Thank you for the $20. Appreciate it. Ashley sends $5 and says, may the 4th be with you with that ratchet this week. Yeah. Yeah, I have court tomorrow in Worcester, Superior Court, with the fake victim. I haven't seen her since she got smacked down by the judge and didn't have that restraining order. Didn't have a restraining order renewed or whatever. It's just great. I just love, I mean, she put me in jail over a lie. It's just I love seeing her get exposed. It's awesome. And I'm sure she's watching this now. And I can't wait tomorrow to watch her get destroyed by my attorney in court with this. It's going to be awesome. Ashley sends $25 and goes, for baby Clay. Thank you. He's real to me, goddammit. Jan sends $5 and goes, can people cut it out with the conspiracy theories? Let's just stick to legit ones, you know? Katie sends $10. I think I read this earlier. Why do you think Higgy was at the station at 1:30? I think he was getting a Faraday bag. That's what I think he was getting, but I don't know that as a fact. He was doing something. He was getting something. And either way, it's so shady. This is not how innocent people act at all. And why hasn't he been called? Why aren't they planning on calling him? The Commonwealth. Why? He's a witness to all this, right? And they're not calling him? So no, I mean, I assume all these courts have Zoom, like whatever that you can get. But either way, I'll get the court audio tomorrow. I'll make sure we get it. I'll be in courtroom 25, which is on the 4th floor of Worcester Superior Courthouse. Worcester Courthouse is one of my favorite courthouses in the state. It's actually like beautiful. Like when you're inside that courthouse, it's like an amazing courthouse. It's huge too. So I will be on the 4th floor of that courthouse for the motion to dismiss. The parking sucks in Worcester. That's the only thing. I don't pay to park in Worcester. I'm from Worcester, so I don't pay to park in Worcester. It's my policy. So I always try to get there a little bit early to try to find a free parking spot somewhere. So all right, cool. All right, cool. Let me refresh this to make sure I didn't miss anyone. All right, cool. All right, anybody else have any questions before we call it a night? I know it's a short one tonight. That's what she said. We'll do the rest of the Bukkake cross-exam tomorrow because I heard it's going to be like criminalists and shit, and they're really boring. Really, really boring. So if that's what the case, we'll have more to talk about tomorrow night. The Aruba stuff, we can talk about that tomorrow night too. Yeah, the motion to dismiss should, according to Doolin, he said 10 to 14 days, and that was 12 days ago. So wouldn't that be nice if we had a nice little surprise? Wouldn't that be nice? All right, guys. Well, I guess we'll call it a night. Anyway, we'll see you guys all tomorrow night. Sorry about the Celtics. Really mad about that. So we'll see you guys tomorrow. Back to the trial tomorrow. Peace to your bum crease and go brush your teeth. All right.
It calls for data including calendars, alerts, reminders, notes, text messages, pictures, or videos from April 1st, 2023 through and including October 5th, 2023. 7